Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Ryan with Iowa Classic Cars, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I got a pretty cool one. I'm going to work on one of my personal cars here, and we're going to see if we can get this 1959 Chevy Brookwood two-door wagon running and driving again. So if you're brand new here to the channel, or I guess if you've been here for a while, you'll know that I bought this wagon about 7 years ago up in Marshalltown, Iowa. It is a 1959 Chevy Brookwood. It is not a sedan delivery, it is a wagon, but it's a two-door wagon. The coolest thing about this car here is that it is original paint. It's a little dusty, but it is original black paint. And the car is totally original. This is not the Ghostbusters vehicle. That was a 1959 Cadillac. It is not a hearse. It's just a two-door utility wagon. These were the cheapest wagons you could get. So that's why a majority of them were bought for, utilitarian purposes, and just cheap families bought these. A total of 20,720 were built. This car is a 6-cylinder, 3-speed with power steering. But as you can see, the original seats there, front and back, in nice shape, nice upholstery, nice original upholstery. The headliner has fallen down from many years of wear and tear. But it's all pretty sanitary. It does need floor pans, which is one of the reasons I put it away, because it was just getting too dangerous to drive. But the motor here is the Blue Flame 6, 235 cubic inches, with the generator combo power steering. It also has an external oil filter, which was an option. I believe you could get these motors without the oil filter. So if anyone has clarification on that, let me know, but still a pretty cool thing that they actually opted to put that on here. And it has manual windshield washers. So for being bottom of the barrel, it does have a few kind of unique options. The power steering especially is super unique. Another cool thing about this wagon here is we have 6 of 7.3 or 6173, whatever that means, coming down the assembly line, which is kind of cool. The cowl tag is number 237 built, so it's a very low body number. And 1215 is two-door wagon. So we have a special trim color here. Black is 900A, and the accessories is Z, which I don't know what Z means. Maybe it's power steering, who knows. Anyways, I've had this car for about 7 years now. Enough of my rambling. The reason why I parked this thing was because the floor pan is non-existent. The seat was starting to fall into the floor there. But when I put it in storage, the motor actually quit running on me and the transmission gave up. So I'm assuming the clutch is bad. I never got into it. We just put it away in storage. And I wonder if the points maybe need cleaned up or whatnot. But we're going to diagnose it today and try to get this old girl to run again. So I'm pretty confident it'll run. It did run when we parked it 4 years ago. So let's get into it now and see what we find. Okay, so one more thing I want to show you guys quick here is that another problem with this car is that the ignition switch, when you go to on and start it, you can crank it with the starter and the motor will start when it's in the start position. However, when it goes back to on, it has no power to the coil, therefore you can't keep the points running once it has actually fired initially. So I did make a switch here on a toggle. One end of this will feed the positive on the coil. The other side is the positive on the battery. So kind of a workaround there. We will not be using the key today. We'll be using a combination of this switch and the old Mortsky loser switch here. As you can see, it did have gas in it and it's been pumping gas when I parked it, but I'm sure that the gas is probably varnish. Well, actually, let's check that now. Gas cap is right here on the side of these wagons. Yeah, gas smells pretty good. We'll see if it'll fire on that, I suppose. If not, I've got a gas can. We can try that. All right, so first things first, we have a 2-part system today on getting this car to start. We have our jumper switch for the coil itself. And that just goes on the positive side of the coil. I also made a new wire back when I was driving this car from the positive of the coil down to the solenoid because that wire was broken. So there's been a lot of hackery going on here. Another thing about these is that these will leak oil, these two holes, or at least this one did when we did it. So I was not able to get the coil bracket to squeeze the coil. So I put this bolt back in, but it's only being held on with one bolt. So technically it's not correct. It should be held on there with two, but because this is a little bigger coil than before, not able to crimp it down enough to get the needed clearances to get both bolts in there. So just a tech tip for you on a 6-cylinder. Next thing I want to do here quick before we try to fire this thing is just pull a spark plug. See how they look. And other than being, black, they're not terrible. No rust, no corrosion on the inside, just kind of dirty. So that is a good sign. And actually, while we're here, let's leave a spark plug out. We'll put it here on the motor. We'll crank this thing over with the switch. Come on. Well, maybe. And we'll see if it'll spark. Now, if we can get the car to run, I will use the starter or the key on the inside to actually start the vehicle. And we'll use the toggle switch to keep the points alive. But now, just for ease of access, we're going to do both out here. So, we have the loser switch hooked up to the jumper wire on the solenoid. I've got one side of the toggle switch going to the positive on the coil. The other side will go into the battery terminal here. Just kind of press it in there, get a nice fit. Well, maybe. And then turn it on, and we'll see we have some spark here. All right, the ignition is on. Let's see if we have spark. We don't have any spark, and I wonder if it's just not a good ground. It sounds like it's sure trying to anyways. All right, we do not have spark, which is not a good sign. However, it sounds like it's really trying. So obviously it's pumping gas here, but, well, there's quite a bit of sediment in there. Let's see if we can get this a better connection here, try a spark plug. And if it truly doesn't have spark, then we will we'll just open the points up and see what happens. Well, there's the reason I don't have any spark. That wire broke right off the distributor. Let's get that fixed. Take this one off, just cut it and fix it up, and maybe then that's that's our problem. All right, just a new butt connector here. One of the silliest things that GM did in regards to these engines is that the little nuts that go on the solenoid and on this distributor here are 11/32, but the nuts that go on the coil are 5/16. Now obviously it's an aftermarket coil and they're different, but the original one that I took off way back when, I feel like I had the same issue. It was two different sizes, which you'd think they would want to make everything easy, but nope, you have to have two different sizes of wrench for the same wire. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Okay. take two. Let's try this again. All right, so take two. Let's check and see if we have spark. Now that that's fixed, God, if that's all it was, that'll be awesome. All right, momentarily here. Okay. So let's turn the points on. Here we go. Oh, God. Well, we obviously have spark. Wow, that was kind of cool. All right, let's put the spark plug back in, and I didn't figure this thing would take a whole lot to get running. Let's put the spark plug back in. Let's tighten it up. I can't believe it was something that silly 4 years ago. All right, well, let's, we have fuel. It doesn't smell bad, so hopefully this fuel will work. If not, we'll change that hose and put the gas tank on here. But let's see if it'll run and stay running. Okay, so a total of 15 minutes has been spent on this thing, cleaning everything, and points are on. Here we go. Come on. I need to kick the idle up a little bit. It's already smoking out of the breather. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it's really putting out some smoke now. Well, all right, I'm gonna take the loser switch off. We'll disconnect that, shut the points off, and we'll drive this thing. 60 years ago. Nice kill switch right there. All right, well, that's pretty exciting. Like I said, I'll disconnect all this stuff. I just want to show you guys. If you ever need a kill switch, there you go. A little $3 toggle from True Value, a couple pieces of wire, and you'll never have your car stolen. Maybe I shouldn't tell you guys that on camera, but there you go. All righty, here we go. First drive in about 4 years. I'll pull the wires, let's get them out of the way so nothing happens to them. Get the hood shut. Points on. Come on, old girl. Well, it's not liking that gas. There we go, she is moving. All right, let's try this again. Well, she did move. It's really sputtering and backfiring and all that stuff real bad. I hope it's just that gas is a little dirty and it's working its way out, but let's see if we can actually drive this thing around and keep it going. Like I was saying, this clutch I know is bad for sure, but there we go. Ooh, she ain't liking that. It's running, but it's not running very good. Oh, lost it. Come on, old girl. Let's throw it in reverse. Spin her around. First gear. First gear is not too bad. Second gear really falls on its face. Power steering has leaked all its fluid out, I'm sure. Back to first. There we go. First gear is not too bad. I'll just stay in first gear. Here's the Chevy row. When fumigating season starts for all the mosquitoes, I've got a natural fumigator. No more mosquitoes when this old girl is running. All right, everybody. Well, that was a pretty quick one today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. The old girl's running again. I figured it wouldn't take much to get it running. I did park it. It wasn't running when it was parked, but I did drive it halfway to storage when it kind of gave up. So I figured it had to be something stupid. And as I think we determined, it was something stupid, just that wire going to the distributor. So got that figured out. The next thing for this car will be to get the ignition switch replaced and get a new key made so that I can actually start it in the car and shut it off in the car. replace the floor pans, and just enjoy the thing. Yeah, I probably could paint it, but you know what though? This paint really is pretty exceptional for being original. It's original lacquer, and it just looks awesome. I love the big wings, the factory black. I do need to replace the bumper. I do have a bumper section for it. And I'll put a grill guard on the front and rock and roll. So anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video today, leave a thumbs up. Let me know what you would do with this wagon if you owned it. Would you leave it as is? Would you restore it? Would you slam it? Let me know. Leave the motor the same, or an LS motor, or a 283 or a 348. Just let me know down in the comments. And thank you guys for watching. If you're brand new, subscribe for all my latest and greatest car finds. But this is the end of the video for today. My name is Ryan. This is Iowa Classic Cars, and I will catch you guys next time. Yeah. So I'm here with the new owner, George. He's from New Mexico. What's your plans with it, buddy?
Bring her back to life. Bring her back to life, man. We got some cars we could use to build it. Bring her back to life for sure.
Nice four-door donor will fix all this rust. But no, some guys don't see it, man, and us car guys, we see the vision. So this is I'll send you the link here a little later today. This is one of the cars I found out in Danville, Illinois, in the big Impala hoard, and it's off to its new life in New Mexico. George, thanks for coming out, buddy.
Thank you, man.